This should be needless to say, but all views, opinions, expressions, and curse words represent solely those of the douchebag stating them, and does not represent Mike and Adam's employers, family, churches, congressmen or women, dogs, cats, guinea pigs, wives, or child. None of this should be taken seriously, and if you do, we appreciate your concern, but not really, and really cannot and will not change anything about our process. Sorry, Mom. Welcome to The Skinny with Mike and Adam. Two well-informed adolescent men in search of an audience. Dad's side is all brown with blue eyes, and Don's parents are all brown hair and blue eyes. And then Don's a weird little ginger kid. And
yeah, so it's possible then.
And I'm part of the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah, so it is possible, I guess, to get the dark hair, blue-eyed child.
That would be okay with me.
It's all a roll of a dice, though. I mean,
I know.
It's just what does your perfect sperm have to say about it?
My perfect sperm said it's going to be a very cute little Asian baby, I guess.
I guess so. Hey, anyway, welcome to The Skinny, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome to episode 15.
15.
After our monumental episode 14.
Episode XIV.
XIV. Thank you to our friend Mark for providing that factoid.
And it reminded me that I could, tell you who won every single Super Bowl.
That is right. Who won Super Bowl XIV?
That would be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Nice.
Defeated the Los Angeles Rams.
Nice.
In 1980.
No.
I always used to
I'm never going to use that information ever again.
Since I was born in October, I always used to think that my parents conceived me in January.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe my dad had money on that game because it was right around that time. And so I was always thinking like that was why I was conceived, was because my dad was in a good mood.
Victory hump.
Victory hump.
All right. So before we get into the feed, we have a little bit of house cleaning to do. We got a little topic from one of our listeners by the name of David. And David wants to know what we thought of this week's presidential debate. Adam, did you see any of it at all?
Isn't his name Private David?
Private David from the from the naval reserves.
From the naval. From the hairy naval.
From the hairy naval. Yeah. Did you watch any of the shitty?
Like I said, I was looking forward to the zingers that they kept on promoting all week long. Like, Romney's going to do zingers. And I just thought it was going to be hilarious as he tries to have a sense of humor. So I was just like, maybe it'll be interesting. And then it was a great thing to watch if you're just wanting to go to sleep. So I tuned in for an hour, and my wife paused it to rant about everything every 5 minutes or so. I was like, where's the zingers? Okay, it's 8:30, time for bed.
Yeah. I didn't watch a minute of it. I saw highlights the next day because you can't really escape it.
Nope.
So and then I watched one of the journalists that I saw fact check the things, and they were pretty much on par with what I would have said if I were watching the debates anyway. But
they just throw around terms like 4 trillion.
Yeah, 4 trillion, and they don't mean anything. They're just meant to sensationalize whatever side of the politics.
Like, I don't know what studies you're looking at, but these studies over here said that this and that and this.
Can I see those studies? Oh no, these are private presidential studies that only I can see. They're stupid.
Deeply.
And I happened to mention to Navy recruit David that watching Romney and Obama debate is like watching McDonald's and Burger King debate over who has the healthiest fries.
Yes,
it's exactly. No point. And I'm not planning on watching any of the debates.
No, because the next one they're just like, oh, it's going to be a town hall. Which just means instead of podiums, they have stools.
I know.
And then
they're
they
more
get up
casual
and walk around.
in this one, yeah.
And, yeah.
Who cares?
Not me, especially after that one. I was just like, oh, man, these are extremely boring. So, yeah.
Were you expecting anything at all?
I was waiting for the zingers so that we could like joke about them on the podcast, but there
no
was nothing except for the Big Bird references.
Yeah,
and
which everyone has eaten up, by the way.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Speaking of Big Bird, I hate Romney as much as the next guy. But, people who are upset about that Big Bird comment, if you want Sesame Street to stay on the air, I mean, they tell you all the time, shows like money. Sesame Street, are funded by viewers like you. And if you're not funding PBS, and
don't forget, they do send you a tote bag.
They do send you a tote bag.
The right amount of money.
It's a very nice tote bag.
I'm sure it is.
All right, so we got a plethora of music-related news this week. So we're going to go into the feed.
The feed.
All right, first topic into the feed today is...
Did you hear this about Rachel Maddow getting sick while on stage?
not Rachel Maddow.
She took her glasses off, was singing some sort of song, and then puked everywhere.
Are you saying that after suffering some sort of stomach ailment this past week, Justin Bieber, a.k.a. Rachel Maddow...
Oh, that's right.
They are doppelgangers.
They are.
Justin Bieber threw up on stage while performing in Glendale, Arizona. Adam, what's going on here?
Now, that's the state that Bless the Fall is from.
That's right.
So I don't know how that's connected and why they were even allowing Bieber to be there, because he's Canadian.
Maybe they
throw immigrants out really fast in Arizona.
Yes.
Remember?
If you're not white, don't live in Arizona. Until there's a libertarian president.
I'm just saying, if they're going to be that strict about Mexicans, they can be that strict about Canadians.
Yes.
Boot his white
ass.
little moose-loving ass.
We'll put a boot in his ass, 'cause it's the American way.
Back to Toronto or Saskatchewan.
So what's going on with this story, Adam?
He got sick and thought he could perform and then threw up on stage, according to TMZ.
Yeah.
He apologized to the understanding audience. I'm sorry if I was going to a show and somebody got sick and then canceled the show after one song, I'd be not understanding.
Less than understanding. I understand.
The dedicated pop star kept a sense of humor about the evening with an Anchorman reference, tweeting, "And milk was a bad choice."
LOL.
LOL. Now, Mike's never seen Anchorman, so he doesn't know what that is implying.
But there's so much... that's Step Brothers. One you see one Will Ferrell movie, you've seen them all, I think.
I know. So apparently he drank some milk and got sick, and he couldn't finish his set.
Cute.
I know, those poor little girls. Imagine they were looking forward to this show ever since
Justin Bieber's one of those people. He could slit the throat of a little cat on stage, and the little tweens would be like, "Aww."
He's trying to help it to get to heaven.
It's a symbol to show how much he cares. He's a member of PETA now. Stupid.
Exactly.
So this is one of those non-news segments, I think.
Non-news,
right?
but I just thought it was funny.
It's music related, yeah.
It was. It ended up on everything.
Oh, of course.
I posted it for the podcast.
When Justin Bieber is involved, the news is everywhere. It's on Fox News. It's on MSNBC.
And another doppelganger for Rachel Maddow turned out this week to be Matthew Perry.
Oh, that's right.
On
yeah,
his hit show Go On, where he was just wearing black-rimmed glasses like my good friend Mike is wearing right now.
I am a hipster, though.
He was at a lesbian bar or lesbian thing, and they came up and said, "You're doing so much for this nation, and we appreciate so much." He's like, "Wait, you think I'm Rachel Maddow?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
I think Matthew Perry has bigger boobs than Rachel Maddow.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
You're not looking so good, Matthew Perry.
No.
I want to hit the tread.
He's pretty funny on that show.
I will take your word for it.
Okay.
I don't like Matthew Perry in anything I've seen him in. So another person I don't like in anything that he's ever been in is the singer and frontman of the band Falling in Reverse, Ronnie Radke. He's once again in trouble with the law. He was arrested in New Jersey this past weekend for throwing 4 mic stands into the crowd, which resulted in a young woman's head splitting open and breaking her hand.
That was somewhere around episode 3 or 4 where we mentioned he had been arrested again for probation violation.
A month ago, he was arrested for allegedly beating his girlfriend.
Oh,
so since we started this show, we've reported on him getting arrested 3 times.
And so where is California's 3 strikes law?
He's from Nevada.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So close. He could just go away forever. I mean, these are like serious crimes.
Seriously. So according to this article, we got it says fans are reporting in that Ronnie Radke of Falling in Reverse has been arrested yet again. This time not for beating his girlfriend, but a fan instead. He supposedly threw 4 mic stands into the crowd at the band's recent show at Six Flags in New Jersey and split open a girl's head and broke her hands. Wow. Here are some of the tweets from the folks who attended the show.
I wanted to hear the tweets.
These are fun. Well, some of them are just kind of reporting what's going on. Louis Micelli Jr. at Loser reported tweets. Ronnie Radke threw 4 mic stands into the crowd and splits a girl's head open. Fucked up man.
Fucked up man.
Cara Esposito at Cara Espo reports
in reverse.
It's probably not a good idea to throw 2 mic stands in the crowd. Fuck you, Ronnie Radke. Stop abusing people.
Wow, that's stating the obvious.
Yeah, so
it probably isn't a good idea.
Yeah. But when you scan the article on various music related pages that reports on bands like Falling in Reverse, it's so painful to hear the pro Ronnie Radke fans coming out.
The fan asked for it.
Yeah. The thing is, the one comment that I read that just made me groan out loud was like, well, why was she standing there in a fucking crowded...
Having a good time.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Because nobody should be having a good time.
You 11-year-old dipshit girls out there who yearn to suck the cock of wannabe rock stars like Ronnie Radke are what's wrong with the music industry nowadays.
Now, Mike, you've been the lead singer in a band.
I have. But
you have worn eye makeup.
True.
You have looked like Ronnie Radke from time to time.
I admittedly so, yes.
Now, how many mic stands have you thrown into the crowd splitting skulls?
Let's see. There was that one time. There. I noticed that one time in Hollywood.
Yes.
Rancho. Carry the one.
And the one time we threw
0. I've thrown 0 mic stands at the crowd because I respect my audience enough not to fucking hurt them.
Right. I was going to make a joke that you and I threw one together into the crowd.
Repeatedly. We picked it back up and then continued to beat him in the head because he's such a good fan.
Exactly. That's how you show love for fans, is by causing
by
pain
splitting
to them.
your head open and showing blood for them.
I agree.
So in the opinion of Mike and Adam here, nothing can top the damage that this man has done to the listeners' ears and the music industry as a whole.
Now,
you can split open kids' heads at Ronnie Radke, but you cannot undo the records that you recorded.
The records that you've released.
We can't unhear that.
It's very true. Now, if you're hypothetically you're future father of a 13-year-old
Correct.
girl, she has to make a choice between liking Falling in Reverse or Justin Bieber. Who do you allow her to have?
Let's see. Well, Justin Bieber promotes healthy bones by drinking milk.
And safe sex.
No,
not puking on fans.
Yes.
He puked on the stage.
But then again, Justin Bieber believes that it's okay if a woman gets raped because everything happens for a reason.
Because God said so.
Because God said so.
God has a plan.
God has a plan.
Now, maybe this is Ronnie Radke's plan.
Yeah.
God has a plan for me to bash your head in.
Yes, and break your hand.
Because it gets me more publicity.
And if you date Ronnie Radke, you get the shit beat out of you.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So eventually this guy's going to go away. He's got to.
I thought he was going away for a long time before because he beat the shit out of his girlfriend, but he went out on bail.
I know.
So I don't know if the court date's coming up for that, but he's going to have another court date for this story too.
All right. So to answer your question, Mike is a bigger fan of Justin Bieber than Ronnie Radke.
By default?
By default.
All right. So speaking of killing rock and roll and destroying the listeners' ears.
I don't like this at all.
In one of the worst tragedies to befall the music industry, it's being reported that Lil Wayne, I'm showing here on my
Lil.
I'm showing here on my notes. It's Lil.
His mom named him that after their uncle Lil.
Uncle Lil,
who was also
a
rapper,
great man,
who was shot in the head 50 times.
Okay.
By Ronnie Radke.
So it's being reported that Lil Wayne has surpassed Elvis Presley for the most Billboard Hot 100 hits. Lilvis. Fuck this planet.
Yes. Mike told me about this a while ago, and we were just all very sad to hear about it.
I blame you, the listener. I blame everyone who's ever listened to his songs and said, hey, that's not bad.
I blame the fact that Elvis didn't write enough of his own music.
You mean
Lil Wayne wrote his own songs. We should have printed out some of his lyrics and compared and contrasted
Oh
them.
yeah, then Wheezy would definitely.
Elvis was just sampling and covering.
Yeah, right.
You know, he was bringing black music to white audiences.
True, I guess so.
Lil Wayne was bringing black music to really douchey white kids.
Yeah, that makes sense.
White audiences.
So according to this article from the Business Insider, rock and roll is dead. Rapper Lil Wayne just broke Elvis's record for the most singles in the Billboard Hot 100. Wheezy, it's in quotes here. I guess that's his nickname, Wheezy.
Lil Wheezy.
He must smoke a lot of weed,
right?
I suppose.
Named after the hit character on Moving On Up.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Yeah.
So Wheezy has 109 singles, while Elvis has 108.
That is crazy.
What? The only song I know from this guy is that lick like a lollipop.
And I didn't even know that was him. So there you go.
Because they all fucking sound the same.
And with all of the artists out there, I mean, we got the Beatles, we got Michael Jackson, we got Celine Dion,
right?
We got the Bee Gees, we got Bieber, we got Wham. How did Wham not get 109 hit singles? I don't understand any of it.
It's this world, man. It's this world.
I can't. Ronnie Radke is spinning in his prison cell.
He definitely is. So, though the Glee cast has totaled 204 entries in the Hot 100 since 2009, which doesn't count because they're all fucking covers anyway, Lil Wayne holds the artist title, mostly thanks to his many features on other people's songs.
That is bullshit.
So that's how he got that.
See, if only John Lennon had been around to be featured on a bunch of rap albums and songs. You know, 50 Cent featuring
all the songs that John
suck my dick,
Lennon
bitch.
Be on.
50 Cent featuring John Lennon.
Make it happen, Adam. Make it happen.
Imagine I'm up in the club. I don't know.
Me neither. All right. In fact, only 39%, which 42 of the songs of the rapper's solo hits account for the total. The other 61%, 67 songs, made up of featured songs by his pals, including Juvenile, Destiny's Child, and Birdman, which I think is a DC superhero.
I'm pretty sure he was a prisoner in Alcatraz back in the 30s as well.
That's right. Yeah, as you can tell by the
Robert Stroud, the famous Birdman of Alcatraz. They made a movie about him. Come on.
I remember. Presley, on the other hand, was listed as a lead artist in all 108 of his chart hits, and he still holds the title for the most 100 entries by a lead solo artist. So, there's a silver lining there. So technically, Wheezy, as we should come to know him, is only there because of all his features.
So Wheezy's accomplishments don't trump Preezy's.
No,
Presley's.
not Presley's.
Yes. And not Jason Priestley's, but Elvis Presley.
So this pretty much further adds to the proof that people nowadays are mentally ill. Not just the rappers and certain rock stars, but fans who continue to support said individuals. Would you agree?
I would agree.
All right. They'll stop supporting the mentally ill people. We have to beat this point to you guys every single time, and it's getting frustrating.
Extremely frustrating. We're trying to tell you what music to listen to.
Yeah.
And nobody listens to us.
and as Adam has stated before in a previous episode, we do know everything about everything.
I like to agree with that.
Yeah. So you guys are doing yourself
and we're waiting for you guys to ask us more questions.
Yes.
That's why we appreciate Mr. Captain Private First Class
Summers, Mr. David.
Yes.
Of the Navy.
Freshly cleaned and tattooed and head shaven and gorgeous.
We love him. We love you, Corporal.
I have a picture of my wife licking his nipple.
Oh yeah, I have that picture too. All right, so moving on. This next article from Yahoo. According to his autobiography...
Again, with more bad music.
More bad music news. Here we go. So according to his autobiography, Sinner's Creed, Scott Stapp, the lead singer of Creed, recalls a time in 2006 in which the rapper T.I. came to his rescue after he had taken a near fall from the 16th-story hotel balcony. Adam,
Miami
can you
Beach?
Please take us through the story of bravery and perseverance?
Now, me and Creed go way back. I've already told this story.
Right.
Now, by 2006, I had moved on. And from the last thing I heard about Scott Stapp was him being on some sort of poker challenge and being completely wasted and cursing and being kicked off of it.
Interesting.
And that was somewhere around 05, 06. So apparently he got really... It says that he was Intoxicated, drugged at the time, he writes that he was depressed, paranoid, and hallucinating. He believed that he was being chased, and in an effort to flee, he climbed over the balcony railing and attempted to lower himself onto the balcony below, but slipped and fell onto his forehead. As Stapp lay on the concrete ridge next to the 15th floor balcony, he called for help, but the adjoining room was not occupied. It took 2 hours before Stapp, who was in excruciating pain, was discovered with a broken nose, arm, and hip.
And really quick though, and it says that he fell from the 16th floor to the 15th floor. But based on the title of this article, you make it seem like he actually fell 16 stories onto the pavement, and then T.I. just happened to be walking back. He's like, "Hey, Scott Stapp."
Right, exactly. That's what he said, and he just said, "Help me!" And T.I. walked by, and apparently him and T.I. had known each other from some sort of celebrity boxing match or something.
Sure, I guess.
At some point. It's like, "Hey, you Scott Stapp? Man, you messed up."
That's verbatim. That's
right.
the autobiography.
And T.I. has had a terrible life as well, but no stories of that as far as I know.
I don't think we care.
So, yeah. Oh, no, that's what it was. Stapp and T.I. met in 2004 while working on music for the Passion of the Christ songs.
What?
An album of tracks inspired by the Mel Gibson film.
What?
And 2 years later, Scott Stapp was on drugs, hallucinating, paranoid, and let's just put it straight. He was attempting suicide.
Yeah.
Without a fucking doubt.
Yeah, sure thing. And he fell half a story?
He fell a half story. He meant to fall more than that. And I just think that this is really more of... It was a cry for help / dramatic plea of look at me, I'm still...
Remember the 90s?
Exactly. So, and of course I saw this, and then it reminded me that Scott Stapp was on Fox News this week saying, like, Mitt Romney really knows how to get this country back on track. And I was like, oh, man.
So he's still mentally ill.
He's still mentally ill, and, he's making... he's just writing books right now, but...
He's writing his autobiography, Sinner's Creed.
Sinner's Creed,
yeah.
Sorry.
Which we'll be picking up.
I asked for it for my birthday, which
I have it on my Amazon wish list right now.
It better be at my birthday on Wednesday, Mike. If it's not...
Be careful what you wish for, Adam.
I'm going to take a big Sinner's Creep
all
over this podcast.
Snap. And we just... And why is it that all the time that we report on music news, it's mostly bad news? Just like this very next article, which pains my heart to my core. The incredibly
If any of you want to watch the... Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
If anybody wants to watch the interview with Scott Stapp and see his little pudgy face, just click on the link below.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't click on it, but feel free to click on it yourself.
You can pretty much gather what it's going to be about. So this next article, which pains my heart, this eats away at me.
This definitely, pains your heart more than mine, because I've just discovered this band.
But you're definitely a big fan of this band, right?
I wouldn't say that I'm like as big of a fan of this as I am into other bands that you've introduced me to, but I definitely do like this band. Yeah.
Okay. So, incredibly talented metalcore band Under Oath have decided to disband.
Boo.
In less than 1 year, I've lost 3 of my
So it's
bands.
Under Oath, Thrice.
Thrice was first. The very next day, it was Thursday.
Oh, Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, and then now it's Under Oath.
Well, and this band's been around since '99.
Yeah, since '99. So the band will embark on a farewell tour to release, and then they'll release a retrospective collection entitled Anthology 1999 to 2013, which will feature 2 new songs.
And these are a bunch of guys that are about the same age as the guys in Thrice and Thursday, right?
Basically.
So they're all my age.
Yeah, they
31.
all have families now, and they're married.
And why they feel they can just take a break at 31, 32, maybe...
Maybe it's time for them to settle down and, quote-unquote, get normal jobs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But, like I said, they will always do the midlife crisis tour.
It's very true, yeah.
The 2020s.
So
when they're all about 45.
So we have some select quotes from this article from Alternative Press. So the members have announced their plans to end the group after 15 years. It's sad to say that we feel like it's time to close this chapter, but we've never seen things more clearly, vocalist Spencer Chamberlain said in a statement. These have been the best years of my entire life, and I owe that to every single person who has ever supported the band along the way.
Did he say it? You supported me so much, and I love you.
Yeah, it's a forced habit now.
This wasn't an easy decision by any means, but it's time for us to move on.
The Tampa, Florida group released 7 albums, including the gold certified "They're Only Chasing Safety" and my personal favorite hardcore album of all time, "Define the Great Line."
Yeah, that one's up there with me as well. With
Define the Great Line is
definitely my favorite.
Is the album of which I hold all other hardcore albums to the standard.
Anything from 2006, you can just guess that Mike was in love with that.
A lot of my favorite albums came from 2006.
And Scott Stapp was committing suicide in 2006.
It was
attempting
a good year.
suicide. I'm just saying. This is a
year.
happy year for Mike. He's going to be living in 06. And, yeah.
Remember the aughts?
And Zoe's like, Dad, get out of the early part of this century. You're so stuck in the aughts.
In addition to embarking in a farewell tour in 2013, the band will also have a retrospective collection, Anthology 1999-2013, released November 6th on Solid State Records. In addition to selected tracks from their body of work, the album will contain 2 new songs, Sunburnt, with a T, and Unsound, recorded with their producer Matt Goldman, who produced like the last 4 albums of theirs. He's a wonderful producer, which will be the last recorded tracks from the band. Now, I didn't really expect them to disband this early. I kind of suspected that the band would be disbanding soon.
Yeah,
especially
they've been through
after
a lot of lineup changes.
Yeah, especially after Aaron Gillespie, the former drummer. He was only original member from back when the
and he left
band
in
started.
like 09, right?
Yeah, he left in 09, and they replaced him with David. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I know you're listening, but I can't remember your
Summers?
name. Yeah, David Summers. So he's an incredible drummer. He's formerly from the band Norma Jean, and they released Disambiguation with him, and it was an incredible album. And you can definitely hear the new drumming style coming through, and it's really popping and hardcore and in your face.
If you've never heard of this band, just watch a couple of videos on YouTube, and if you're into rock music, you will be sold.
Oh yeah,
because that's what got me.
Definitely up there.
Mike just showed me a video, and I was like, yes, I do want to hear this.
I would like some of that. Yes,
and I hate videos, but watching a couple of theirs,
Under
I was
Oath,
like, yeah, this is
Under Oath
good.
is one of those bands where they take their videos pretty seriously.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I still don't care for videos, but I watched 2 of the videos of them, and I was like,
so
okay,
in all honesty, I expected them to get like 1, maybe 2 more albums out with this current lineup, and then kind of call it a day.
And they're probably all doing side projects and stuff. Right?
I know Spencer is doing something with his brother, because his brother is in another band.
Okay.
And that's all I know. But Aaron Gillespie's out doing, well, he's no longer in the band, but he's out sort of doing the almost, and then doing gospel music on the side.
And this is how Mike, we never really know if he's serious about being a non-Christian or not, because he sure likes a lot of bands with some Christian names. So we're always throwing it out there, and the more I listen to his music, I'm like, there sure are a lot of God references in these songs.
Under Oath's one of those bands where I think they get unfairly labeled as a Christian metalcore band. They have a couple songs that that reference Jesus and God, but they're not a Christian band.
Right, but they do get sold at Christian
They
bookstores,
do, yeah.
Oddly enough. Just like...
I think it's a pandering thing.
Evanescence did. And
yeah, exactly. That doesn't make any sense to me
Creed did,
at
even
all.
before they came out as a Christian band. When they're like, we're not Christian, we're just we like grunge music.
So they're going to have a farewell tour next year. Do you think you might want to go to that?
I would. The Thrice tour was...
incredible.
It was incredible. With Under Oath, I think it would be even more crazy.
Crazy, yes.
And if it's in a tiny place like the House of Blues, I don't think I would be able to handle it well. Right. I would rather see them at like a Warped Tour kind of thing where it's outdoors and I have room to run.
We'll see. We'll attend that show then.
We'll see.
All right. Well, I'm definitely.
I need more skinny pants.
Yeah. You're definitely equipped now.
I guess so.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to November 6th when those 2 new songs will come out. And I look forward to saying goodbye to this band next year on their farewell tour. And I want to thank them so much for everything. You know, music is a big part of my life, and this band helped shape my music taste and helped change thought processes and everything, and really helped me learn more about music. And they're definitely one of the bands that inspired me as a lead singer when I was what was our band's name? The first one, The Fallen, right? Correct.
Yes.
I was going to say from first to last. I was never in that band. All right, so rounding out the end of our
That was
feed,
before you went on to your dubstep side project.
making $38 million a year.
That's all?
That's all.
Mitt Romney? God.
So rounding out the end of this feed, this is
Sonny
technically
Moore is the
music related
1%.
because this man has released an opera album out, but the Family Guy creator, for you movie buffs out
And
there, it's being
one of my
reported that
personal heroes.
it's being reported out there that Seth MacFarlane, best known for Family Guy,
Speaking
American
of people
Dad,
who shaped my existence.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
and the Cleveland Show is set to host the 2013 Oscar telecast.
I know. I'm excited. They need to okay, they tried the whole Anne Hathaway, James Franco thing.
I loved looking at Anne Hathaway.
I did too,
yeah.
and people didn't really care for them hosting, and so
They
they were
did a
like,
terrible
"Let's go
job.
back to old school, like with Billy Crystal."
Yeah.
and it was like, "No, he's a little too old now, at least in my perspective."
I think he's done his time.
Yeah. So now Seth MacFarlane, who his writing,
he's hit with the kids.
he is a hip dude, I guess, except for his music is not hip by any respect. But
Very alienating to the kids.
yeah, but his writing has become part of my vernacular over the past 10 years, unfortunately.
Often quoted, yes.
And I just so why not try with somebody who people have actually heard of.
Right, yeah.
He was great on SNL a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I like that one. He does a lot. He's really good. He's a good impressionist too.
He is.
Yeah.
And he fucked up at the Emmys a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then he was
That's not a real award show.
I
Let's be
know,
honest
but he
here.
started talking and there was no microphone.
Oh,
and then
right.
they told him to go walk to the microphone.
Yeah.
And then he said in his Stewie voice, he's all, "Ooh, that's why I was supposed to go to rehearsal," or something like that.
See, that's
and
the
it
thing.
worked out so perfectly.
Yeah, that's the thing with Seth MacFarlane. Like, all he has to do was like whip out a Stewie
Exactly.
and a Peter, and like people were like, "Oh yes!"
And a Quagmire,
you genius.
especially a Quagmire
Yeah.
voice. God damn!
Giggity goose.
All on his monologue on SNL, it was just
That's all it was.
all it was, and the crowd went wild. And
I hated that.
I did too.
Yeah.
and I was glad that he did his other stuff that were funny.
Good. Yeah,
But-
I'm glad he never brought it up again at the rest of the SNL.
Right.
So, according to this article in the LA Times, Family Guy creator and voice Seth MacFarlane will host the 85th Oscar telecast in February. The Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences announced Monday morning. It's truly an overwhelming privilege to be asked to host Oscars, said MacFarlane in a statement. My thoughts upon hearing the news were, 1, I'll do my utmost to live up to the high standards set forth by my predecessors,
Mm-hmm.
and 2, I hope they don't find out I hosted the Charlie Sheen roast.
Ooh,
Because he totally did.
yay! I didn't see that one, but
I
That's okay.
haven't seen a Comedy Central roast in forever.
yeah,
They're all the same.
they really are.
Yeah.
But that show, The Burn, with Jeff Ross, is really funny. There was only 6 episodes for the first season.
Yeah, I
so-
saw that one episode that you showed me because one of our favorite actresses, the Burn.
Yes. Which
Yes.
one was it? I don't recall now.
The one that was that Comedy Central show, right?
Yes.
With what's his face as the host?
Jeff Ross.
Yes, Jeff Ross.
Yes.
With one of our favorite actresses when he went down to Van Nuys.
Oh, yes, and he roasted both a vagina,
Yes.
an asshole,
Yes.
and a penis. And Mike and I got to see one of our favorite
Actresses.
ladies of the internet.
Yes.
With a big black box over her, and all we saw was her head and her foot.
She has a sexy head and foot. You gotta
yeah,
admit that.
and I was like, ooh. Thank you for that. And I was like, I'm watching it at 5:30 in the morning. Like, I should not be turned on right now.
I gotta go to work with this
I
awkward
know.
boner.
It was terrible.
So we're going like way off topic right now. So that was our feed for this week. So we're gonna go straight into our on the plate, which is something to do with what we with the big news that we had last week. All right, so like I said,
There was some great news last week.
it was
For sure.
amazing news. And for those of you who may not have caught the show or don't remember for some reason, Adam, what was the big news that you stated in your sound off?
That Mike is fathering my wife's child.
Potentially.
Potentially, we won't know until May.
Yeah, but Adam and his lovely wife Dawn are having a baby.
We're gonna have a baby.
Baby. So in reaction to last week's incredible surprise news during Adam's sound off this week, Adam gets to ask Mike his top 9 questions about parenthood.
Yes.
Part 1.
And I was so happy to finally be able to start talking about this with all of our
you've
friends.
You've been hiding it for a while.
It's been a long process, and it's been a lot of weeks of knowing but not wanting to say anything too soon.
Right.
But as far as we know, so far, everything's cool with the baby.
Woohoo!
And we painted the baby room today.
We just did.
Actually, Mike did a lot of the work.
Yeah.
But our good friend Joseph did, the other 10%. And Adam did
really good job supervising.
%, yes.
Yeah.
And we had great discussions about anal sex.
Yes.
While doing it. No, not while doing it. While painting the room.
Doing it came after.
Yes. And it was just a bunch of guys hanging out together.
Yeah, that's just what we do. Because we're pervs.
I had some questions that
this is going to be part 1. Basically.
I'm sure there will be more.
There'll be more later.
And there will, even after the baby comes in May.
Yeah,
there's going to be even more questions.
So potentially infinite discussions.
And then it's just going to turn into a Louis C.K. comedy
that's all
stand-up thing.
One day, our goal is to have a comedy special one day.
Right. And speaking of which, Seth MacFarlane, if you're listening, Mike and I would sure like to come and write for your show.
Yeah,
if
why
you
not?
need writers. I mean, we got nothing going on.
I bag on Family Guy all the time and how it does the same thing. I have some ideas.
We have some ideas, and we're funny, and we think of things off the top of our head.
And also Chris Hardwick, we're available.
There's that too.
We're available.
Just letting you know.
All you got to do is just let us know. We can send the link to you, and we can just make monies.
Yes.
But anyway, on to our top 9 questions about parenthood, part 1.
So I meant to put these in some sort of descending order, but I think I'll just go with how I
just
I
roll with it,
up.
son.
Okay, so number 9.
Sure.
How long before you start enjoying the sound of screaming at 2 a.m.?
How long before you start enjoying it?
Yes. Now, as far as I know, Zoe was not like a screaming baby.
Right, yeah.
I wasn't around.
Too. We were lucky enough to where our daughter, we're going to call her Zoe because that's her name, but so, I don't know if we want to be anonymous. Well, we've called her Zoe already.
Zelda.
Zelda. Our daughter's Zelda. Yeah, we were lucky enough, me and my wife, to where our daughter wasn't a crier during the middle of the night. She was a really good sleeper.
Maybe I'm basing it on too many movies and TV shows about babies.
It's very cliched.
Maybe
every child is.
I have this vision of me like waking up, of course, the nights before I have to go to work,
of course,
and like feeding a baby and holding it and falling asleep while I'm holding it, and then waking up. At the time
the first few months though the first few months are generally hard because the baby usually sleeps all day. It doesn't really have a sleep pattern. So if the baby's not tired in the middle of the night, then the baby's not tired in the middle of the night. And the only way they know how to communicate is by crying.
Okay.
So
but when do you start enjoying it?
When did I start enjoying it? Let's see.
Or do you start on day 1 and hate it by day 3?
Yeah. Yeah, by day 1, it's so cute. Like, oh, the baby
I'm so happy. I'm such a good parent. Look at me getting up at early morning hours.
And then by day 2, like, fuck this baby. It's the worst decision of my life.
Oh, good.
But I kid, though. But it is... as long as you work together with your wife and you guys equally trade responsibilities, like, okay, it's your turn to go feed the baby. It's your turn
what
to
she's
change
told
the
me
diaper.
so far is that she would take care of the baby on the nights that like before I have to go to work.
Okay.
And I would be taking care of the baby on the weekends.
Okay.
So I thought that would work.
What we did with me and my wife, because we had a schedule for her to check her like every 3 hours or so. So that way, let's say at 9 o'clock. One of us would go to sleep. Let's say for the sake of this conversation, it's my wife. My wife would go to sleep at 9 o'clock. I would check the baby, and then I would go to sleep after the baby's pampered and fed and everything if she needed anything. And then 3 hours later, I would wake up again at 12, and then check her again. So 3 hours later,
oh my god!
3 hours later, I would stay asleep. So and then the wife would wake up. So she got a full 6 hours by the time she got up. So then 3 hours later, I would get up and get ready for work. So by the time, so you see how that's like it's like a 6 hour gap.
I do. Yeah. Okay.
So
well,
that was our routine. So every couple's gonna be different.
We'll figure
every
it out.
child's gonna be different. But you'll work it out.
Okay. Number 8. When is the right age to start charging your child for rent, food, clothing, etc.?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. Let's see, the right age.
Because, Zoe's already got a part-time job, and she's already paying you, like 25 cents a month for everything. I think.
We put our daughter at the end of the freeways selling chiclets. We make sure to dress her up in rags.
But you check her every 3 hours, so it's okay.
Ish. 3 hours
Just to make sure she's still there and hasn't been picked up.
Yeah, so we kind of drive by and make sure, just kind of glance over.
And say, your parents are terrible people.
Chick, no habla inglés.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say around 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, once they're old enough to start making iPods.
It's like, can I? Yes. Can I pay with my vomit?
Yeah.
All right. Number 7. Will my wife and I ever start another conversation without saying the baby did blah blah blah?
Let's see. My daughter is more than 4 years old now, and I still haven't talked to my wife ever.
You've never held a conversation.
No.
Without saying, Zoe, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Zoe did blah blah blah. Zoe's over here. Zoe's over there. Zoe is sick.
Yeah.
Zoe's up by the freeway. Did you pick up Zoe yet?
Well, that's actually a good question because once you have a family, it can be kind of hard for the couple to re-engage
and remember,
romantic.
We've been
again.
living together for 7 years now.
Right.
It's going to be nearly 8 years by the time the baby gets here.
So it's time to get divorced.
Well, yeah. If you were
basically,
if you came from my family, then yeah, you should have left a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, we've been kind of in our routine and all that kind of fun stuff. But we've been wanting an addition to our family for quite a while. So
as I've heard from the many conversations we had about it. But that's actually a pretty good question. Me and my wife, we just always make sure that we make time for ourselves. Even if it's like 15
without
minutes.
Zelda.
without Zelda. But it is very important to make sure you're still having those romantic conversations, those personal conversations with your wife. And they don't always have to revolve around the baby, the child.
So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So this would be number 6. At what point will I give up on my dogs and just take them back to the pound?
You should just sell them now.
Ooh, okay.
No, you should cook them, kill them the day the baby's born. That way you have plenty of dog meat to feed the baby.
But the baby doesn't have teeth yet. I mean, it's just like eating formula.
Didn't stop me.
I was gonna say I could freeze it until it gets teeth.
There you go.
For
Perfect.
like a year or two.
Yeah.
And be like, let's go eat Carlos, yay!
In all seriously, I don't think you're gonna neglect your dogs.
Sometimes dogs get neglected in families after the baby shows up.
Knowing you and Dawn,
certain dogs I know got really fat after the baby showed up.
Just keep eating. Just keep eating while I deal with this.
But see, I have a routine every weekend of taking my dogs for a walk.
Right.
And I would want to take the baby with me on the dog walks.
You can make that happen. You can push the stroller and then have the leash.
Have the dogs go with me.
Yeah.
I'm wondering,
or you guys can go together. One of you push the stroller, one of you hold the dogs.
Well, I go by myself with the dogs, so I'll be going by myself with the baby.
Yeah, you can make that
my
work.
wife will be sleeping probably.
That's not outside the realm of possibility.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay, cool. All right, number 5. Is it appropriate to look at porn while the baby is in the room?
Oh,
I'm saying like it's a baby.
Yeah,
and it's like in a one of those little baby car seat things. Yeah, sleeping. But I'm the only one home.
Okay.
And as you know, when I'm the only one home, there's going to be porn.
Yeah.
For some reason, our generation associates alone time with like being horny. Have you noticed that?
I think that was many generations. The generations of the past just didn't like to admit it.
And so I'm should I just face the baby towards the wall? I was very confused by this notion when I was trying to figure this out.
Okay, if jokingly, I'm going to say you got to do what you got to do, man.
Okay.
But for cereal, which I'm pretty sure this is not a cereal question. Of course not. At least if you're like a sex addict, put the baby in the other room or something. I don't know. I've never had that problem. To be perfectly honest. When I have my alone time, I'm alone.
The baby's not with you alone.
Of course not.
So okay. So when I'm alone, I'm technically with the baby. So I'm technically not alone. Therefore, I shouldn't be thinking about porn.
You can think about porn all you want, son. I'm thinking about porn right now.
Okay.
I'm always thinking about porn.
But not with my son or daughter.
Correct.
In the room. Got that. Okay, cool. I can handle that.
All right.
These are all changes to my lifestyle. Anyway.
Gotta get used to it, I guess.
So let's see. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Number 4. What is the best post-hardcore band to start a child out with?
Oh.
And how long before they start despising me for liking said band?
Oh, that's a great question.
As you know, children are going
to
hate whatever kind of music you're into, whether it's opera, whether it's the Beatles, whether it's Creed, whether it's post-art, whether it's Under Oath, your child will end up hating that music no matter what.
Well, a little side note, my daughter actually likes the music I listen to, and often...
So far.
Yes. And, side
I
note.
liked my mom's music until I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, till you reach the age of reason.
Yes.
Yeah, side note, my daughter is 4 years old, so I mean she listens to anything that we put on, I guess.
But she'll start despising you before long. Being like,
well, you know
my
what?
dad is such a douche with this screaming music.
I think we associate that with parents who choose not to associate themselves with current music. I don't see myself ever doing that.
I don't want to either.
Yeah, I'm the thing I love about music is that it's constantly growing, it's constantly evolving, it's always new. So I mean, I want to evolve with it because I just love music. But let's see. To answer your question, what post-hardcore band? Let's see. I'm gonna say
start out a child with.
I'm gonna say Census Fail because you want your daughter or son to start hating you.
Yes.
Yeah, at an early age, and to resent and to blame all of their problems on
their
you.
father. Yeah. Yes, everything that's wrong with you is what Zoe's going to start doing because she can't control herself from stopping doing all your bad traits.
Correct. Yes.
So locking up women in dungeons.
That's me.
Yes, brutally, sadistically torturing them.
I don't see a problem with that.
Zoe's going to start doing that and blame you for it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine with me, though.
I got it.
Yeah, this is
Census Fail first.
Just more normal family dynamic.
And you should really go over the lyrics with her too.
Yes.
Just while she's going to bed.
Yeah. Well,
I want to drown in a sea full of razor blades.
Yeah. I want to drown in a sea full of Novocaine.
Yes.
I want to burn on a beach where the sand is littered with thousands of needles poking at my skin.
Yes. God, when I heard that song, it just made me want to...
Oh, did I give you chills?
Yeah. That was not the best Census Fail album to start somebody out with.
And I did start you out with that because I made the mistake. I really love that album, and it's a good album to come off of from Still Searching, which I should have started you off
I think so, because I really like that album a lot. And I like most of their other albums, too.
Yeah.
But just that one,
Yeah, so start the daddy issues early. So Census Fail.
Got it. Okay. And probably by 14, she'll start to say, like, Dad, I hate you because now I want to, like, brutally torture women.
Mission accomplished. Thank you, Buddy Nielsen.
One of the funniest things I saw on Facebook from one of my friends, it was a picture of, I think, one of the guys from Slayer. And he was at the Grammys, and so like he's there with his family. Yeah. And he's like, they're all wearing like the nice clothes, and he's wearing a tux, and he's doing the devil horns and the tongue out to the camera. And like, there's his wife and his son who's probably like 8, and his daughter who's probably about 13, and she's giving him that look of, oh my God, Dad, I hate you. And it said,
metal is dead, Dad.
Even if you're the lead singer of Slayer, your 13-year-old daughter will still think you are not cool.
I think it's inevitable. You know, I like to think I'm a cool chap.
I do too.
Maybe I'm a cool. I mean, that's not for me to judge, but you know, I'm not going to be cool to my tween daughter one day.
I know,
and that breaks my heart because she thinks I'm the coolest guy ever.
I know. They always start off liking their parents, and then they hate their parents.
Yeah, it's a Census Fail.
I guess so. Okay. So number 3. How many miles can you drive with your baby on top of the car after it poops itself?
After it poops itself. I've gone 60.
Ooh.
Yeah, not too bad. But we were sitting in traffic, so we weren't going that fast.
Okay. Going at 1 mile an hour for 60 miles.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Okay. Yeah. So good to know.
You got to do the duct tape around the car, though. Just make sure it stays still.
There you go. Not Mitt Romney style with the dog. No, that's all bad. Because I've never had the experience of driving and then having somebody poop in the car.
Okay.
And I know that's going to happen.
It's going to happen, yeah. My wife. It happened to my wife once where our daughter had pretty bad diarrhea and it was leaking through her clothes.
Oh God,
in the back.
No,
it's gonna happen, Adam. I'm just saying. But she was on the freeway at the time. But what she did, she just pulled over to the side and then changed the diaper. And then a cop pulled over just to see if everything was okay. And it's like. And the cop's like, "Hey, is everything going on here? What's going on here?"
And just change the diaper.
I'm sorry. Just change the diaper, and and he pulled his weapon on her.
His weapon, exactly.
No,
but like, you want me to take this baby down, ma'am? We'll lock her up.
But the cop was just like, "Okay, just make sure you hurry up because we don't want anyone to get run into your car or anything."
Right. Yeah, it is child endangerment when you stop at the side of the freeway.
True. Yeah.
So you might want to be careful.
Yeah. So I mean, just pull over somewhere safe, get off the freeway if you can, and change that shit.
Yep. Okay. Number 2.
You're going to get shit on you. Just accept that right now.
Oh my God, I know.
I've been spit on, vomited on, shit on,
no.
pissed on.
No.
I've been bled on too.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. These are normal human functions.
I've seen all the movies with the shit that squirts across the room, and I know it's inevitable, but for some reason in my mind there's still that element of denial that it's not gonna happen to me.
Just leave it up to your wife. That's a woman's work.
Oh my God. And this is why all of Dawn's family, they said men don't change diapers on girls.
My grandpa said that to me once. Men that's and he said it with a straight face too. Like, this is a woman's work, I've never changed a diaper my whole life. Like,
I'm
wow,
nervous.
you have several children.
I'm very nervous about that.
But you'll be a great dad, even though you'll get shit on. So it's fine.
Okay. Because then when the child despises you at 13, you'd be like, I cleaned up your shit. You shit on me?
On my shoulder.
He's like, damn straight I shit on you, Dad. You're just a big piece of shit. You're like my toilet shit. Shit, fuck, I'm out of here.
Watch your language.
Fuck you, Dad.
Okay.
And this ties in with my next question, number two. Now, since you're calling your baby Zelda, I'll just call mine Link.
Okay, Link. Thank you for getting that reference.
And will my baby and Zoe grow up and be conservative just to despise us?
Huh. Well, I'm fiscally conservative.
They'll be saying, we should have voted for Romney in 2012. And my baby's saying, like, even though I wasn't born yet, I would have voted for Romney.
Yeah.
You douchebag, liberal piece of shit.
Well,
turn on Fox News before I slap you in the head with my feces.
Well, I'm a libertarian, which generally means you're fiscally conservative and socially liberal. So my daughter will grow up to be socially conservative. So she'll hate fags and hate minorities
and be very free spending
and be fiscally liberal. So she'll be a Republican basically. Just to spite me.
Just to spite you. And my child will be will despise its grandparents.
Yes.
And want no gay people to get married and want to double the defense budget.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure my child will just be a Republican. Possibly
both our children will be Republicans.
Possibly a Nazi.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, my child's going to be white as
because you're not a Nazi, but
right.
So then your child will be a Nazi. Yeah.
Yes, totalitarian dictatorship.
So they'll grow up to have a hologram cast, and they'll both co-host, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It'll be Hannity, Gort Reed, and
Hannity, Gort Reed,
and
Zelda McHale.
McHale. Yes. Oh my God. Anyway,
it'll be good times. We'll have a ratings battle because we're of course gonna be doing this till we die.
Yes, like we're too edgy for MSNBC.
I know.
And current.
Is that something you really worry about? You worry that your child might grow up to have opposite values from you just to spite you?
Just to spite me. I'm pretty like that's my biggest fear is like just to spite me will be the common thread.
Well, what would be the cause of that? It's not like you would be a bad parent.
Well, deep down, don't we all worry that we will be a bad parent?
Parenting is a tough. I mean, I've been parenting for 4 years, and literally, it scares the shit out of me every single day. I mean, I think that's the normal feeling for most good parents to have. You should be scared of parenting every day because every day is going to be a challenge. I mean, you have your good days and you have your strange days, but
and now I'm like looking
do the best you can.
Now I'm like looking at little kids and saying, "Oh, that's cute."
Yeah.
When before I was just like, I hate kids so much, but I think it was just my denial setting in to kind of cope with the fact that it had taken some time to have a baby.
Yeah, so all kids suck.
So yeah,
now
I don't even like kids. Kids are ugly and smell.
And they poop on you.
Yeah, they're gonna poop on you and puke on you. Now I see little kids running around. I'm like, oh,
oh, you came from somebody.
You're so adorable.
You're made by two people.
You're like a little person, but not a little person. You're just a little,
a littler person.
A little person who's younger.
Yeah, but if you're a good person and you instill within your child good human values and you teach them about equality and you teach them good human values and to respect everybody and to be nice, to be genuinely good for the sake of being good.
Okay.
I don't think you'll have any any reason to worry about them spiting you for
when we have this
your
podcast
beliefs.
in 15 years, when Zelda's,
we'll keep it archived. Just
19 and mine is 15, and they're going through their terrible teens.
Yeah,
we'll have a whole different conversation about this.
That means our children could potentially go to high school together. Oh wait, no.
No,
Mine will be 5.
Yours will be 5,
Yeah.
and mine will be 0.
Yeah.
So they won't be in high school at the same time.
Yours will be point 2.
And I'm not sending my kids to Paris High School.
I've been in Paris my whole life.
That's where my mom went and taught pregnant teenagers how to not get pregnant again.
Oh, so my pregnant teenager will go there too.
I'm sure it'll be fine by that time.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah.
Right. All right. So number 1.
Number 1.
All important 1. How do you fight off all of the women that want you now that you have a baby?
Holy shit.
I'm just saying, from what I've heard from romantic comedies, is that as soon as you carry around a baby, you're like a chick magnet for super hot chicks like Megan Fox and...
Oh, yeah. Megan Fox calls me all the
time. Yeah. Like that stupid movie, Friends with Kids.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, don't see it. Don't do it. No,
Okay.
Don't do it. It's way too long, and there's a lot of poop. And Megan Fox is in it. But
okay, well, thank you for telling me, because I wanted to see that.
Oh my god, I really had to try to stay awake for it. But I'm just saying. Apparently, that's what happens. Is like.
Well, let's see. Let's speak seriously here for a minute, because I don't have any jokes in my head right now.
Okay.
Speaking seriously, I've actually never noticed anybody, like, ever since, like, I'm serious with my wife, and we've been, and we found out we were going to have a family together.
Yes.
I've never noticed anybody look at me that way.
Okay.
And I've never
no daddy complex.
No daddy complex.
Low self-esteem girls.
No, and I've never had anybody come up to me and flirt with me. Well, I'm an ugly chut anyway, but so women want to flirt with me anyway.
Boo. I said boo to that.
Boo. Yes.
I'm uglier than you.
No, you're not. You're a handsome, fucking, dashing man.
Okay, thanks.
Well, yeah, I know.
You're still got a much better sense of style than me.
Just because I dress nice.
Exactly. Women are attracted to sharp dressed man. If ZZ Top taught us anything.
I don't wear a zoot suit though. Yeah,
where's your long beard?
In all seriousness, I've never noticed that, so I've never really had that problem.
So just the fact that
I think that's a made up Hollywood trait. I think.
That's what I was thinking. So I'll be fighting off just as many chicks now as as many chicks as I do now as after the baby comes.
I guarantee
which
you
is 0.
Yeah. I guarantee you right now, no woman wants to have sex with me. I am putting that on paper.
Whoa.
0 women want to have sex with me.
Whoa.
And 0 men want to have sex with me too. Maybe Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Joe did leave here today with a big fat boner.
Yes. I don't know.
That might have been because of you, but there may have been another reason for that.
Yeah. I don't know how hetero flexible he is. Like I am. I'm pretty much 49% gay.
Right.
If you didn't know by now. Yeah. I guarantee you 0 people want to have sex with me.
That is so depressing to hear.
That is before and after my child.
Do we need to turn this into another therapy session podcast?
Please. I'm
okay.
gonna cry.
Mike, you're a beautiful, beautiful man.
Shut up.
And I want you to go home and look in the mirror and say, I am not an ugly Chuck. I'm strong and sensitive.
Strong, independent
and
woman.
Sexy beast.
I broke all my mirrors in my house.
Since 1986?
Because since 1986. I just gotta look. Every time I see my face, I see his reflection there.
Dope.
I've been on a census fail bender this whole week, so sorry, audience.
Okay, so I'll just keep on putting up all of my sexy blockers, my sexy shield away from all the chicks that are coming for me. Because there's so many coming at me now that I've had to pry off of my junk. Yes. Just to try to,
and we've talked before, and we're not going to say this on the air, but there's... Okay. I'm not going to say it, okay?
That was so long ago.
Hey, dude, I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying, though, right?
I know what you're saying. And I feel bad for our audience because...
Yeah, this is an inside joke, audience. Sorry.
I'm just going to keep on blushing over all this. So
you are blushing right now.
Yeah.
Adam's getting the vapors in here.
Anyway.
So you have any other comments besides... Those are your top 9.
That was my top 9. And I'll keep on coming up with more. I'll just add 2 or 3 here and there.
Any other final thoughts?
It's going to be quite a ride. I still have a lot of planning to do, and
This is an exciting time.
It
I'm
really
so
is.
stoked for you. Like I have been for like the past week.
Now, like the joy has settled in,
Yeah.
and the anxiety has increased. When I'm looking at my bank account, which is exactly the same as it was before she was pregnant.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at it like, that's
not gonna last.
Is that livable? Is this enough?
You got a pretty good setup here. I don't think you have to worry financially.
I think
Babies are not garbage disposals. You don't need to feed them like every hour, and you don't need to feed them full turkey dinners.
But you have to feed them like 3 times a day.
I know, dude. Right?
Probably more if they're babies, right? I don't know.
Well, babies eat here and there.
We're looking at prices of things, and I'm just like, wow, that's $10 here and $30 there and $100 for a stroller, which doesn't seem that bad.
You'll get a crib from us. Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
There'll be a lot of hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
So, and I really appreciate that. And Mike is being super sexy over here by not even allowing us to like give him some money for letting us have his crib.
You talk to my wife about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's the one who wanted to sell everything.
I'm going to put like a $50 bill just down her top if you don't mind.
Oh, isn't that more than what you've been?
She's
doing.
She's working her way through cosmetology school, and I want to make a donation.
Delicious. Well, it's totally an exciting time. Once again, like I'm super stoked. Audience, comment below because you haven't commented below, which means you hate Adam. And you hate his
I got so many comments when I posted on Facebook.
Not on the skinny page. That's
I know.
What I'm saying.
I should have added
so
in.
Shame on you, audience.
Damn it. I should have added that. And which reminds me that there are a fair amount of people that are seeing my posts.
Right.
Like over 50 people liked my post.
Yes.
Let alone the 17 comments that were on there.
Which is twice as much likes that we have on our skinny page.
Which is ironic.
Shame on you, audience.
I know. And I have 88 friends. And only about 50 of them liked my post.
The rest of them hate your guts.
So I'm just like, wow, that means like 30% of my friends don't want me to have a baby.
They think you're an inept father already.
I know. They knew a long time ago, probably.
All right, well, thank you so much, Adam, for your top 9 questions. I really look forward to, I guess helping you along. And I'm actually
yes, there will definitely
and to be perfectly serious here, like I feel humbled that you come to me for advice because I mean if there's one thing that I want to live on this earth for is helping others and helping them in any small or big way I can.
You should become a therapist.
Which is why I paint every room in your house.
And all we have to pay him is with a hamburger.
Pizza or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll do anything for fucking pizza.
I know.
All right, so thank you guys for listening to our On the Plate segment. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. And if you don't mind, we're going to go on to the end of this week's segment, or show. The end of this week's show. And we're going to sound off.
Hooray.
All right, so our sound off this week. Adam, do you want to sound off really quick? Because you have updates on
just updating
teams, right?
about my football. So again, the Bears and the Chargers play tomorrow. Right now, as we sit,
on
they are
Sunday,
3-1, which is really good. The Bears looked really good last week against the fucking who they played Monday night, the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
They looked really good on Monday night. I was very happy about that. The Chargers looked really good last week against the Chiefs. And USC looked not so good at first against Utah this past Thursday when they played, and but they came back and they beat them, and that was okay because I would have been feeling really bad. But when they were scanning the crowd of Utah, of the Utah Stadium, which is like the biggest football stadium, I guess, in college football, a lot of really hot chicks live in Utah. I had no idea.
Are they Mormons?
They might be Mormons, but they kept on scanning the crowd of the beautiful people of Utah University.
I think that's most colleges.
Maybe
most colleges just
and the cameras
hot
find the groups of hot chicks.
Yeah.
So I was just like, hey, what do you know?
Well, I mean, there's cameras out there that are just meant to scan audiences, and we got a director in the control panel. Like
nobody is hotter than the USC cheerleaders, though. They have their beautiful sweaters.
Big personalities.
They have big personalities, and they wear tight sweaters. Nobody else wears sweaters in college football,
and make it look
or
so good.
any football cheerleaders or anything, and that's what like makes them stand out more than anything at all. And I don't know why, but
probably because you went there.
They went. Oh, that was the thing when I went to orientation way back then.
Yeah,
and they actually had like 3 of the. I think they call them song girls.
Okay.
They had 3 of them come and do a little like presentation for the School of Social Work, which was weird.
Sure, I guess.
And I was just like drooling the whole time. I was like,
I'm gonna like it here.
And then like after that, we took a break, and I was like looking to find the gym. I just happened to be following them around the campus.
Creep.
Was that wrong?
Creep.
Yeah.
Do the creep.
They were heading towards the gym. I was heading towards the gym. Then they passed the gym, and then I passed the gym. And eventually, I figured it's time to stop following them. This is not good doing
before you
well.
get arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, thank you for keeping our sports fans up to date.
So USC is 4-1. My other teams are 3-1.
Nice, looking good then.
Going into week 4.
All right, right on. So my sound off this week, as we all may or may not know, that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you may be thinking to yourself, how can I help? Well, if you're anything
the reason I knew that was because all the football players start wearing pink.
That's right. Yeah, everything's gonna be painted pink, and I think even the White House is gonna have like a pink lights on it for some parts of this month. So if you're anything like Mike and Adam here, then you'll be pleased to know that you can actually help donate to charity simply by watching porn on the internet.
Yes.
And no, that was not a joke.
Ooh. I was telling Mike that yesterday I donated to save some small boobies.
So what am I talking about? Well, if you visit www.pornhub.com, which you may or may not already frequent,
yes,
you'll be greeted by the following message. Help support breast cancer research simply by watching videos. Hey, we all love boobs, so this October, Pornhub will donate 1 cent for every 30 videos viewed on our big tit and small tit categories.
1 cent for every 30. Wow.
Yeah, let me get there.
Oh, go ahead.
The more videos viewed, the bigger our donation will be to a breast cancer research charity. How can you help? Click below and watch the best big tit and small tit videos on Pornhub. While you're enjoying the boobs, you'll also be helping to save the boobs.
Yay!
And as of this recording, the video views so far are 9,364,609, which equates to about $30,000.
Holy crap.
This is the beginning of October.
I know. This is going to be for the whole month?
This is going to be for the whole month of October. And we're already at 9 million views, which is roughly $30,000.
in 6 days.
Exactly.
So there's 31 days in October.
Yes.
So there's 25 more days to go.
So, folks,
wow,
do your part. Go to Pornhub.com. Click on anything that's big tit or small tit related, and just enjoy yourself.
Just enjoy. Yeah,
enjoy yourself.
Whether you're a guy, girl,
everybody loves tits.
Yeah, gay, straight. I mean, even if you're gay and big boobs are not your thing, or small boobs, just donate.
Yeah, please donate to this cause. It's an important cause. And in all seriousness, breast cancer research is a very important cause in the world, actually.
Which reminds me that we need to somehow get more boobs on our podcast.
We should.
Because 9 million, if we had 9 million viewers on our podcast, we'd be doing pretty good.
I think the best I can do is on the YouTube page. I can probably stick subliminal boobs here and there.
Before YouTube finds out and takes them down very
We're
quickly.
already blocked in Germany, by the way.
I know. Germans hate us.
Stupid YouTube.
They love to have David Hasselhoff.
They hate the skinny, yeah. All right, so folks, thank you guys so much. And please, if you enjoy listening to the show, please submit your questions, comments, show topics, or even your hate mail via any outlet, whether it be on Facebook at facebook.com/theskinny with Mike and Adam, our YouTube page by searching for our username, The Skinny Official, one word, or our official Blogspot page, which is theskinny.blogspot.com. So please help spread the word about our show and feel free to interact in any way you can, because we love interaction, just like our seaman, Mr. David Summers. Our favorite seaman.
Our favorite seaman.
Yeah, so Adam, final thoughts for today's show.
Thank you for helping bring my baby into a brighter colored room.
Yay! Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy to do it, and I'm happy to help decorate, help you pick out stuff, help you shop, help anything.
I think
you need,
all the themes will just keep on changing over the months.
I'm saying, man, a Batman themed room. It's not a bad idea.
It might be. You never know.
You got to get your child. You got to get your child early on the idea of justice.
Rachel, my child has already been a victim.
What?
Justice, because he's already been victimized. So he's fighting back.
Yeah,
because he's being victimized all the time.
Yeah, and if you want your child to grow up like Batman, all you got to do is kill yourself and your wife.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. Every time I see a kid like dressing up for Halloween, because Halloween's coming up,
as Dimitri Martin said, that makes for an awkward afterlife.
Every time I see a kid dressed up as Batman for Halloween, like, you know what would make that costume more authentic? If I killed your parents. I think I'm going to be doing that all this Halloween while I'm trick-or-treating with my daughter.
I'm going to kill your parents just to make you more authentic.
Yeah, you want to be Batman? You don't want to be Batman. Trust me, it's a hard life. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to episode 15. Well, please join us again next week as we'll be once again cutting through the fat of the news stories of the day.
Ooh, I like that.
Isn't it a nice tagline?
I think that'll work better than our other ones.
Losing listeners like
lost losers.
Lost losers. So for my good friend here, Adam, my BF, WBF, Adam.
Yes.
I
will still have sex with you,
please.
Even those 0 people.
Nothing will change between us. Okay. So for my co-host Adam, I am your co-host Mike. Please join us again next week. We'll see you then.
More Bless the Fall.